Hello there, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Tarot Nook with Jay. Here I am doing your weekly reading already. Already, right? It is going to be from the 12th to the 19th. All right. Overall, the energy is on the up. I don't know why now all of a sudden I'm seeing Super Mario Brothers. I'm seeing, that egg with like the green dots on it, and we're Yoshi. We're giving birth like our it's like we're being reborn Yoshi. Okay, I don't know why I'm seeing Yoshi. Maybe that's something that maybe means something to somebody, out there. Yoshi is ultimately a dinosaur, very friendly dinosaur, that can, like spit eggs at people. He's his own superhero. He's a dinosaur of a different, kind. So it's a kind of situation overall. Yeah, it's like we're being reborn, that version of ourselves that we always pictured. So if you've always pictured yourself wanting to be Yoshi, this is gonna be the week. But like overall, I feel as if like it's the kind of situation like we're being it's like, oh, all of a sudden out of nowhere we're gonna feel brand new. I'm just feeling it's gonna be like a snap. It's like we've been training to ultimately be this person, but now all of a sudden I'm feeling like we've officially become that person. A person that respects themselves, a person that's ready to give birth to any opportunity that is ultimately for their own greatest good. It's the kind of situation overall. It's like we've been reborn, a manifester. That's what I'm hearing. It's like all of a sudden now we're aware that we could manifest anything that we put our minds to. It's gonna. I'm feeling such a wave of empowerment, such a wave of empowerment. Like it's a kind of situation. That's why I'm being called to carnelian as the crystal of the week. All right, carnelian is all about abundance, giving birth to these new opportunities. All right, it's an agate. All right, if you go to any crystal shop, it's the kind of energy that you can find anywhere. Carnelian is everywhere. If you're in a mall and there's a crystal shop, there's a guarantee you're going to be able to find some kind of small piece of carnelian. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's delve into this energy in regards to the things that we are giving birth to. And as I do that, I split the deck and there is the Empress. Okay. The Empress gives birth to abundance. So there we go. There we go. She doesn't give birth to Yoshi, but she does give birth to abundance. Okay. Here we are with the Empress with the Four of Wands. We are giving birth to a celebration of structure, a celebration of order. All right. The Empress, there's a full moon in the corner. So it's like all of a sudden, like we've reached the ending of a cycle where I feel as if like things are coming into full on completion. All right, the Four of Wands is a celebration based upon the structure that we've been able to build in our lives, right? Um, with all that being said, the typical Rider Waite on the Four of Wands, it shows a couple getting married underneath a tent. So it's the kind of situation know and understand that there could be a connection ultimately being given birth to. And on May 1st, that is going to be the next full moon. All right. So, no, right now we are around the corner to some phenomenally amazing, amazing, amazing things. And not for nothing, this is already mid into April. We're almost into May, and May, April showers, May flowers. Like expect there to be full on just flowers blooming in many aspects of our lives, my friends. I'm telling you, I feel as if this is only the beginning. This week we're welcoming in the beginning to the manifestations. See, there's a sudden up here, a sudden change in our energy field, the tower. The tower, all right, the tower is a change which ultimately is just taking us by surprise. And I feel as if that tower is not a scary tower. That tower is that tower we've been waiting for. That tower is a tower of If you've been looking for a beautiful, committed relationship, the Tower of being single. Maybe you're in a connection that you've been waiting for engagement. Maybe this is the week you're going to be engaged. Maybe you've been going to school for years and all of a sudden you're just about to finish the requirements for graduation. No one understand when it comes down to it, my friends. There is so much activity that is ultimately happening, my friends, and I feel as if it's because with the judgment card at the bottom of the deck, it's like we've reached that a lot that we've reached that enlightenment, that period, that complete alignment in regards to exactly where the journey we've been on, and that journey ultimately coming to a completion in regards to a spiritual kind of completion. All right. It's the kind of situation we are really, really, really allowing ourselves to manifest. And it's in this manifestation that we're giving birth to all of this. I'm just hearing get excited. Get excited. That's all that get excited. You're about to reach you're about to receive exactly what you've been giving manifesting. I ultimately go ahead and the card that flips, all right, is going to be the Empress. It just randomly popped out of the deck as I'm going over this, all right? That's double confirmation that we're giving birth to abundance this week. Okay. So with all that being said, we got the Three of Wands and we got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. All right. What is that saying? We're giving birth to that feeling of just emotional fulfillment. All right, this emotional fulfillment. It's like cowabunga. We're ready to surf. We're ready to serve this wave of emotional fulfillment. All right, that Five of Pentacles in reverse. We are no longer feeling as if like we are in like financially in restraints. We're like, you know what? Cowabunga, let's do it. No worry free. Like this is us really. And there's the Four Wands again. All right, you can't make it up. I'm sorry. I just had to burp that. This is us, my friends. Um, it's like we know it's our time. We know it's our time. Like it's like all of a sudden things are just gonna feel right. That's what I'm hearing. All of a sudden things are gonna feel so right. It's like that moment where ultimately it's like, like the Two of Wands is packing for the trip. The Three of Wands, like, all right, we're going on the trip. And the Four of Wands is officially we're to sea. All right, I'm seeing a cruise ship. It's a kind of situation. No one understand with the Four of Wands. That is such a happy, happy energy. All right, it really is with the Nine of Wands and the Tower. There's the Tower again. All right. I feel as if like like that period of us taking down a fence, doing the shadow work, doing the work that we ultimately have been working on in ourselves, all of a sudden the tower comes, and that tower is such a positive tower. I'm telling you, there is nothing negative about this tower. This is my favorite tower card in any tarot deck. All right. It shows ground it's being ultimately, ripped up from the roots by a lightning bolt, but from that lightning bolt, there's butterflies flying all around. There's acorns, there's a squirrel. It's a kind of situation, my friends. Like this is transformation. This is transformation. I feel as if we finally reached that moment in our lives where we're feeling secure where we are ready to take on whatever the world has to offer us. And I feel as if this is Spirit's way of saying, all right, here's the change you wanted. Bam, there it is. It's like all of a sudden, it's like the symphony that orchestra has come to a complete, like what crescendo. I don't know musical notes or whatever. I really don't know, but that dun 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 dun. Like it's not like the like your little instruments. All of a sudden, bam, we're in that energy. That's what I'm hearing. All right. And I'm hearing that specifically why? Because that happens at joyous events. So Spirit is saying, get ready. Get ready. This is all happening because there's the judgment card again. All right, all of these cards ultimately were coming up the last time, right? The judgment card. It's like it's like we've reached the completion of a cycle in regards to reaching that enlightenment. It has not been an easy journey, and that's not fun to reach enlightenment. It's not. Sometimes the way you reach enlightenment is by ultimately having your heart broken, having done this, having done this, having done that, having maybe experienced something amazing and magical, but was it didn't feel amazing and magical. Like ultimately it's us having reached enlightenment by ultimately learning the lessons we've needed to learn. By riding out the waves we've needed to ride out. We finally reached that island. We finally reached that endpoint where at that island there's nothing but amazing food and music and love and laughter waiting for you. All right, I'm telling you, and there's the chariot. All right, another thing I've been seeing a lot lately is a chariot. So, no, when it comes down to it, the movement is real. That movement is real. That movement is the kind of movement that ultimately, is not like, like the like smoothest movement. However, it's fast moving energy. So no, we're getting from point A to point B to point Z pretty fast, my friends. I'm telling you. All right, this page of swords, this is a new way in regards to thinking differently. You know, it's like all of a sudden, we've we've been we've been doing it's I feel as if like all of a sudden we've just been just it's like we had that kind of awakening where we're just thinking completely differently. Like all of like and I feel as if that's not something that was planned. All of a sudden we were thinking something, we're like, what? Why am I thinking that right now? You know, it's a kind of situation no one understands when we get this new energy in regards to these new ways of thinking, these new thought process. We have to learn how to work with it. So that's what Spirit is saying. During this movement, there is a lot of change in energy, and this is going to have us open our minds up to thinking completely differently. Our Spirit wants you to go with the flow. Spirit wants you to go with the flow. All right. No, with the High Priestess, the Temperance card, and the King of Wands, that's very powerful because I feel as if this is us healing on a very deep level. We've done the shadow work. We've done the healing. We've lifted the veil of seeing what the truth was underneath behind many different cases. And I feel as if right now, my friends, with the High Priestess is ultimately rules the moon. She uses the moon to her disposal to ultimately have these psychic awakenings. If you are psychic, if you have this kind of gift, expect that gift to open up wide because with the Temperance card is all about being your own alchemist, on such a beautiful healing level where you're finding balance between your emotions and the stability you have in your life. It's a kind of situation by doing this shadow work and by allowing yourself to listen to whatever you consider a higher power for yourself, either that be God, Spirit, Adonai, Allah, Jesus, maybe yourself, the inner power that lies in here. I feel as if ultimately we're using that power to ultimately, I'm just seeing us using that power to ultimately open up these new pathways in regards to spiritual gifts. And no, with the King of Wands there, the King of Wands knows how to put that in lock. The King of Wands knows how to work with this energy in regards to putting in that order, putting in that fire to ultimately succeed. And Wands is a very intuitive kind of one of the suits of tarot, all about intuition. So no one understand when it comes down to it, my friends. Like right now, like I feel as if Spirit is going to be handing us a gift this week. Whatever that gift is, my friends, we have the structure to ultimately take it on now. That's why a lot of these things are happening. No, a lot of all of this energy is ultimately happening very fast. The movement is real. All right, the movement is real. The Eight of Wands is kinetic energy. You're like all of a sudden, bam, good news. And I feel as if this energy is going to give us the opportunity to choose truly what will make us prosper with the Seven of Cups. I feel as if, like, with this tower, that contemplation, that confusion in regards to exactly, what will bring us that emotional fulfillment. I feel as if we're going to be making a decision this week, and this decision is going to be a decision that is going to have us give birth to such light in such a positive, beautiful way. I put the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands right on top. What does that say? A power couple when it comes to ultimately setting things into motion, success, order, structure, excitement, the ability to light up a dark room. Like, this is a power couple that are equally as powerful. You know, I mean, overall, it's the kind of situation no one understands with the Knight of Pentacles, with the Six of Cups, with the Page of Cups, and with the Queen of Cups. We're giving birth to a new way of loving. We're giving birth to a new way of feeling emotional fulfillment. It's like we're taking ourselves seriously. We are ultimately really taking ourselves very seriously where we're making these steps for ourselves. There is definitely a beautiful love coming forward that's going to make you feel like yourself again. Maybe someone from a past life is ultimately going to be coming back into play. I'm hearing twin flames. Twin flames is ultimately there's going to be a reunification of a twin flame. Know that it's in this twin kind of flame. It's within this emotional fulfillment, within this love that we're ultimately giving birth to a new chapter. And that chapter is going to be a chapter where we're going to be able to just rest easy, feel at ease, feel at calm, knowing that we're manifesting everything that we deserve, everything that we've been calling in. And what are we calling in? Happy, healthy, beautiful connections worth celebrating in the Three of Cups. What else have we been manifesting? The ability to ground ourselves to bring on new lessons. And the Knight of Cups, a knight coming in to take action based upon the love that they have for themselves and those around them. Okay. So let's go ahead. And I'm sorry, like I'm getting all of these cards piling up together, and the one card that pops up again is the Empress. So that's a triple confirmation that we are giving birth to abundance this week. Complete, beautiful, emotional abundance. And that is why carnelian is the crystal for the week, because the crystal that ultimately screams of new, giving birth to abundance, new birth, abundance, grounding is carnelian. Okay. So let me go ahead. I'm going to pull cards. All right. From my, let's see here, Wisdom of Avalon deck. All right. After that, I'll go ahead and I'll pull cards from my Priestess of the Light deck. Then I'll pull an affirmation for the week, and then that's going to be the reading. All right. Here is movement, grounding, foundations, and physical health. All right. So there is movement happening because we have been able to ultimately fat that we have like overall like we've been able to find that grounding and the ability to build those healthy foundations to ultimately start this movement. All right. I'm telling you, like, movement is happening. All right. And as I'm shuffling, movement fell out from the back of the deck. So I'm just going to go with it. That's the first card. All right. So let's see what we got here, Spirit. There's the Queen holding a cup. We got the Queen of Cups as the last card, right? Giving birth, fertility to emotional abundance, full of nothing but sexuality and friendships and feminine power and intuition and love and creativity. Like, movement is happening because we're giving birth to all of this energy that will have us emotionally prosper to overcome the fear that we've had in our lives for a very long time. It's like we're letting go of the fear. We're letting go of the things that have ultimately, like held us down because why? We're finally ready to give birth to exactly what will bring us that movement. All right, we're letting go. We're letting go of the fear. We're letting go of the restraints and we're focusing on what's important in our lives. We're focusing on the transformation that's currently happening and actually allowing ourselves to trust those psychic gifts, to trust our intuition. I'm telling you, the spider, creative projects, all right? Get ready to get creative, all right? The dog, loyalty, sincerity, unconditional love. I feel as if this is us showing ourselves that unconditional love. We are being loyal to ourselves. We are being sincere with ourselves. We are trusting our psychic gifts and allowing us to get real, to let go of the fear, to focus on exactly what will create that movement, right? The Bard, the enchantment of storytelling, history, myth, poetry, and music. I feel as if this is something is telling me. I keep on hearing twin flames. I'm hearing soulmates. All right, the reunification of soulmates, the enchantment of storytelling, and they lived happily ever after. All right, that's what I'm hearing. With disruption, the Lady of the Lake, self respect, courage, absolute truth, and death. I feel as if a part of us, really a part of us, has died. That part where we allowed fear to take over. By letting that go, we disrupted the energy that was stalling, the momentum. And by telling us by feeding ourselves the absolute truth and being courage and taking on that self-respect, I'm telling you, that's why things are ultimately happening. I have such a feeling that ultimately it's time to get creative because we're about to, it's a complete transformation where we are claiming our strength, we're claiming our power. Like the hawk, we are receiving those messages from spirit and we're releasing that emotional baggage. We're allowing ourselves to clean house. By letting go of burdens, we are bringing on the right kind of partnership that's going to set those healthy boundaries. All right, I'm telling you, it's the kind of energy that we've been manifesting. Really, really, we've been manifesting. I cannot say it enough. All right, let's go ahead. We'll pull cards from telling you this week there is something magical happening. This week, there is something magical happening. We're giving birth to that thing that can be with us for the rest of our lives, that will really make a difference in our lives. I'm definitely feeling that there's something that's coming into full circle. And it's in this full circle, my friends, where we are receiving, I'm hearing get outside. All right. This week, it's going to be a beautiful week. Beautiful weather. Get outside every chance. Get outside every chance you get because Gaia, Mother Gaia is ready to feed you some energy. All right. With Soul Radiance, Phoenix Rising, and the first card coming out, hostilities, conflict. Like a phoenix, we are letting go of this hostilities and we are rising from those ashes. Wow. Where we are harvesting those blessings, where we are harvesting these blessings. All right. Clairvoyance. I feel as if there's going to be a moment this week where we're going to be experiencing something very powerful psychically. All right, telepathy, right? Communication, transmission, perception from a higher realm. All right, allow yourself with the protection with of the Divine Mother by compassion and grace. Allow yourself to remain open, remove obstacles, and become fearless. Okay. This here, we're harvesting our blessings. This is going to be a big development this week in regards to our spiritual kind of our spiritual lives, our spiritual practices. Adjustment, looking back and moving forward, seeing that the past has happened for a reason, Now it's our time to move forward. And I've been saying twin flames how many times this reading? There's the twin flames card. Okay. So yes, a soul partner could be definitely coming forward this week. A soul partner, an eternal connection, a connection that ultimately, meets up every single life, every lifetime. But I feel as if like this is the kind of energy which is ultimately, that soul partner which you'll grow old with. If you already have them, that's just spirit is saying it's all about love and using that love and using spirit to illuminate. I'm sorry, eliminate, not eliminate maybe, any kind of like hesitations and follow the illuminated path. Okay. With reclaiming our power and owning that sacred purpose or owning that eternal flame and ancestral legacy, we are allowing ourselves to let go and go with the flow. Okay? The circle of eternal joy. We're going to be dancing the dance of life. Abundance is coming forward, just like the Empress. The Empress is looking at me, all right? She gives birth to abundance, wealth, plenty, with psychic ability. Okay? I'm telling you, this is going to be a life-changing new creations, Phoenix rising, decisive focus, wisdom, true love, shamanic journey, opening heart, water blessings, clarity, miracles. It's going to be a week full of miracles. Miracles. I'm just hearing remain open. Remain open. Allow yourself to remain open to the universe's gifts. All right, because you're being gifted so many beautiful moments this week. All right. This is what those gifts are made of, okay? Just remember that. All right, what do we need to tell ourselves? Give us an affirmation for the week. All right, an affirmation for the week for our highest good for the collective. I am doing so well on my life journey. I am proud of myself. Life is good to me. That is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful affirmation. Those are a couple of affirmations. All right. Life is good to me. Say that multiple times a day. Life is good to me. And watch what happens. All right. I am doing so well on my life journey. I am proud of myself. Okay. So that is the collective reading. All right. I love you all very much. I hope everyone has a great night. And I will be seeing everyone next week. All right. If you connect with the messages that Spirit sent through me tonight, also know I do readings as well. Half-hour readings, hour readings that I could definitely give you more information about. You can reach out to me through my Gmail, intuitiverestore@gmail.com. Once again, that is intuitiverestore@gmail.com. Before I was the Tarot Nook, I went by the name Intuitive Restore because that's what Spirit guided me to do. Okay. So once again, that is intuitiverestore@gmail.com. I love you all, and I hope everyone has a great week.